Oil and ag, not the only commodities posting big gains to start 2022. Gold up more than 6%, finishing its best quarter in 2 years, while uranium soared nearly 35% in Q1. Palladium, also a big winner, up nearly 18%. So can these commodities keep climbing? What's your favorite metal, Brian Kelly?
Wow, I've never been asked that question before. My favorite metal is probably, let's go with a favorite rock. It's probably like uranium, right? I think that really is a great trade at this point in time. There's a couple different stories there. You've got a relatively new ETF-like product out of Canada called the Sprott Uranium Trust that is buying uranium. That's something that I'm long. As well as when you look at the energy grid across the world, you look at Europe, they're going to have to turn their nuclear power plants back on. They're obviously going to need fuel for that. And then as we get to more of an electrified grid, the story for uranium even gets better because it's the only energy source out there that even comes close to hydrocarbons when you talk about energy efficiency. So to me, the story for uranium is fantastic. I don't know if uranium is shiny. It's just yellow, right? So yeah, that's what I've always said, is you can't go green without yellow.
And you need some blue, too, but that's a minor detail. Pete, I think you're all hopped up on the uranium trade as well.
I am. I'm right there with you, BK. I love it. I've been loving it this year. It's been nothing but hitting almost on a daily basis. We see different names all the time, whether it's Next Gen or it's UUUU, which is an energy play as well that's also uranium. It's also CCJ, Cameco, has been hitting almost on a daily basis, hit twice today for us for unusual option activity. So the movement that we're seeing out of uranium is certainly huge. Lithium is another one where we're seeing more and more of that along with copper. And I think a lot of that has to do with the EV space, Mel. So I think when you look at those definitely stand out. But you did mention gold. And I will say, I like GLD, I like GDX. I'd like to be in the individual names a little bit more. But those have been an area that I've found a little bit of comfort in. Because when you're looking around for something to be able to be a little bit safer place, maybe gold's that play, and that's why I have some positions on there as well.
You know, Bono, and I know you've traded solar in the past, and I'm wondering how you view the commodity spike because it's delaying or canceling a lot of projects that had been underway because you need a lot of copper and other metals in order to put in these installations.
Yeah, it's just definitely causing disruption in terms of inputs. You know, I'm still bullish a secular trend, and I think that given where we are with a lot of other base commodities, particularly crude and other distillates, it serves as, you know, a good substitute along with the rails. So I think maybe supplement the position a little bit with the rails, being that they just don't have the same challenges in terms of input costs. But ultimately, as you've seen, you know, Biden come out and say they want to make this shift. And if you look at everything from, you know, your local transport authorities to the federal government, you are seeing this trend here. And I think that trend will tend to hold. And after we get through this, I think the shocks to, you know, the base commodities will only accelerate that.